Hi, my name's Rob Green. I write as R.W.W. Green because it's easier to Google. I tried to cheat a little bit with my time by handing out some bookmarks with a bigger summary on the back of the bookmarks, so hopefully you've all read it. If you haven't, then I have them here, and there's more out yonder on the table. What you need to know is that the male lead of this story, Adem, he's been living most of his life on a family-owned trader ship, traveling at sublight speeds. So, while he's traveling at sublight speeds, time on the planet moves at a different rate. So he's just returned to Gaul, which is a planet run by mostly people of European descent. A planet he last saw about 2 years ago relative, but more than 50 years passed on the planet's surface. And Adam is there to make a deal. The door swished open. A pear-shaped man in an old-style suit walked in first, trailed by Adam's future in-laws, a man and a woman in their early 20s. They walked closely together, and their clothes fit like they'd been purchased for larger people. Adam experimented with a charming smile, but it felt phony. He looked at the table instead. Madame Toulouse, the matchmaker, stood and discreetly touched Adam's shoulder. Adam lurched to his feet and, again not sure what to do with his hands, put them in his pockets. Madame Toulouse smiled at the newcomers. This is Adem Sadiq, son of Captain Munir Sadiq. He is part owner of the Hajj. She put her hand on Adem's elbow. Adem, this is Joao and Hadia Sasaki. The Sasakis offered Adem a formal bow. He returned it clumsily, hands still in his pockets. The pear-shaped man ignored him completely. I am representing the Sasaki family, he said. They do not understand the trader's language. Of course, Madame Toulouse said. Won't you sit down? She gestured to the chairs on the other side of the table. The Sasakis sat close together with their attorney taking up more than half the table to their left. He tented his fingers. The cuffs of his shirt were worn. Captain Sadiq wants the bride to study United America's physics and engineering, he said. Madame Toulouse looked at Adem expectantly. Yeah, he said. Yes, that's what we want. Not much use on a trader vessel. Adem had wondered much about that too, but his mother hadn't even seen fit to enlighten him. I'm sure we'll find a way to put her to use. The attorney's eyes widened. I'm sure. Are there any other skills and interests you would like her to acquire? Cooking? Material recycling, perhaps? BDSM? Adem rubbed the back of his neck. Maybe she could learn to play an instrument. Will children be required? If it happens, but I don't want anything like that in the contract. The representative whispered with his clients and turned back to Adem's matchmaker. My clients have no objection, he said. Does the Sadiq family want naming rights? It will cost extra. Her parents can pick a name, that's their business. We want a contingency fund for genetic alteration in case the fetus does not have the math and science traits. If it's not used, it will revert back to Captain Sadiq. We are prepared for that, Madame Toulouse said. There will be enough in the fund to get the work done on Versailles Station. Fine. The representative rolled his shoulders and adjusted the cuffs of his shirt. Let's get down to it. Adem tuned out. Madame Toulouse had a reputation for being fair and having a soft spot for the families of the bride she was placing. Both families were in good hands. Besides, he had a lot to think about, not least of which was turning his bachelor quarters into something a woman might like. The matchmaker stood abruptly and offered her hand to the Sasaki's representative. We have a deal. Adam scrambled to his feet in time to see his future in-laws headed for the door. Hadia Sasaki was crying. Her husband put his arms around her and pressed his mouth to her ear. She wiped her eyes on her two long sleeves. Before Adem could say goodbye, they were gone. Congratulations, Madame Toulouse said. You have a bride.
All right, well, congratulations again to everyone with the new book out, whether you read it tonight or not. I'm very proud of you and very jealous. Also, thank you from the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers in America.